See?
Okay, here we are. All right, everybody, we're back. We said we were going to be here today.
We did.
And hopefully I didn't break Panda's toes.
And see where we're at here.
Yeah.
Go.
There you go. And you can see the kitty sleeping in the background on my pillow.
See my nice desk.
That's okay. It's eccentric.
Work in progress.
It's what?
Work in progress.
Yes, it is.
So.
Oh, and I saw this actually this morning. March 30th in history. I've got some different examples. In 1870, on March 30th, the 15th Amendment to the Constitution was passed. That's the one that ensures African American men had the right to vote.
Very good.
Very cool. In 1939, Batman made his first comic book debut in Detective Comics number 27. 1971.
How much is that worth?
Oh, I have no idea.
No.
I'm not sure. I'll look that up. I'll look that up in a moment. 1971, Starbucks opened its first store in Seattle.
Wow.
And 1981, Ronald Reagan was shot in an assassination attempt.
By who? Dave Hinckley.
That's his name. Okay. You have to say, I honestly didn't remember. Mm-hmm.
And the thing about Reagan, when yeah, because again, the Secret Service were kind of like half-assing it because like no president's been shot at in a while. So when the guy got really close.
Really? How close?
Real close, like 2 feet, 3 feet.
Wow.
He got him pretty good. Kind of, I think, one shoulder.
I saw that it was serious. He survived, of course, but it was very serious.
I think he got 2 off. One hit a Secret Service agent, if I remember right. One hit Reagan in the shoulder, and the other one somewhere around the stomach, but near the heart or whatever. But again, it was more of a shit. He got shot twice. His age kind of thing.
Okay.
He was close to a hospital and everything, and he had to make sure there's an ambulance close by.
Yeah.
But
makes sense.
He was still conscious, and when they put him either on the gurney or in the ambulance, he said, "I hope you guys are all registered Republicans." Meaning,
because what's all right? Are they gonna save him?
Yeah, that's
okay.
So. A few of us said that at that point we knew he'd be okay.
Okay.
Because he still has wits about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wasn't in shock or so.
Oh man.
That made everybody. They calmed actually everybody down.
Okay. Like not getting ready to witness the death of a president. Okay, and I see the 1940 Batman 1 comic is worth $379,000.
Wow.
There's another one worth $350,000.
That's if it's in good shape or no?
Let me see. I'm not sure. Just a second. I'm looking again. I just had it. It's in stock. Let's see. In stock online.
In stock online. Really had forgeries of that.
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it's not saying. Let's see. I'm opening it up. It's on whatsnot.com/listing.
Sotheby's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would think so.
Or some.
First app, Joker and the Cat. Batman Origin Retold. Yeah, for Catwoman.
Oh.
I think, yeah. First edition. It doesn't say if it's new or not.
I think Spider-Man.
It looks like it's in good shape.
Yeah. I think
Which actually I'll hold this up here too. See, it looks like it's in pretty good shape.
I think Superman is the most popular.
Yeah.
You see little kids with Superman.
It's true, but you see, I see lots of little kids with Spider-Man more than anything.
Oh, it's true too.
What's that?
That's true too.
Yeah.
But
like more than Superman.
I think it all depends what the kid's going through too. If the kid's really going through some shit at an early age, he's
Spider-Man.
Superman.
Oh, okay.
No, he's Superman.
Okay, I like it. That
doesn't affect him, but it really does.
Whereas I would have thought it was Spider-Man, because Spider-Man went through some shit. So see,
Like
he
what?
went through some shit. I mean, he lost his uncle for one,
His
and
uncle?
he was bullied.
His uncle?
He was raised by his uncle.
Okay.
His uncle was like his father.
Okay. What happened to the parents?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Did his dad beat his mom? No. You happen to fucking Superman?
What happened to Superman?
You know what happened to his parents?
They were killed,
Planet
weren't they?
Crypto?
They were killed, weren't they?
The planet exploded.
Yeah.
And they had to take his mom and dad loved him so much like this. Who was it in put their baby in a thing that's floating down the river?
Oh yes.
It was,
Apparently, that actually was a common thing.
but they say that actually was kind of taken from that
Yeah.
to where
This wasn't a biblical story. It was actually a social thing that happened.
they had the enemies of the planet, and they wanted to destroy the planet. So Jor-El was the dad. I don't know the mom's name because mom never gets good.
Of course not.
King Jor-El. I don't know if it was King.
Yeah.
No, it was Jor-El.
Women never get the credit.
It
Yeah.
was Jor-El, and I guess they put him in some kind of contraption and
Okay.
shot him down to Earth.
Okay.
And the only thing he would ever be allergic to was kryptonite.
Okay. I do remember that.
And he landed in a farm,
Yeah.
and the farmer and his wife couldn't have kids of their own.
So of course.
So it was a blessing that they wanted.
Of course, they won him. They got
It
him.
was a miracle.
Okay.
And of course, they started noticing he had.
Superpowers.
Well, I think the father got stuck on their tractor and he lifted it up. And
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
Well, it's also, I mean, you want to go back to outside of comics, go back to mythology, that whole thing. Hercules was thrown down from, again, I was going to say, not, Elysium, thrown down from Elysium, that whole
Elysium's
thing.
heaven about afterlife.
Yeah, basically, that's it. He's a god. And he was, I forget if his parents were, if it was Zeus and Hera or what it was.
Aphrodite, maybe?
No, Aphrodite's a sister. Yeah, that's it. Definitely not his father.
Was a sister like sister? Or?
No, sister is in like I have 6 sisters, that kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. But he was thrown down from Elysium and landed with a family that couldn't have a couple that couldn't have kids of their own, so they raised him and then realized like, oh wow, yeah.
Who is this?
Hercules. It's the same kind of again.
Nobody knows that story.
Well, now they do.
But there was a comic book or a movie about it.
There wasn't, but basically, a comic book and a movie was made based on that story.
Look.
Yeah. Well, again, the whole thing. Again, all these stories.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Yeah.
I implore you that we need to get into the 21st century. Okay, I don't know what this mythology they're teaching in schools now is part of this whole witchcraft curriculum.
Is that right?
But I don't want my children being exposed to it. I don't.
I'm curious. No, so what witchcraft
Where
curriculum
did
are
you
you talking
learn
about?
this magical stuff about Hercules? It's hard.
Magical stuff. Talking about mythology. Like a book? Yeah, exactly.
Where'd you get the book? A library?
Oh, God forbid, right?
Which books now?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to let Mr. DeSantis know.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sure him and his wife would love to know.
I'm sure. And the sad thing is it's not just them.
Yeah,
It's not.
I'm laughing, but I'm like...
I would laugh.
I know, I'm laughing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't believe this is actually a fucking thing.
It's-
To where, if I'm saying it's just happened to tune in, you can't all those books.
Yeah.
I don't give me a pen. I'm going to forget the name Hercules.
Yes.
Spell it for him, honey, in case you listen.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Yeah.
Starts with an H.
Yeah.
It looks like a ladder with only one rung. That's H. Am I
Oh,
going
man.
too fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
E is like a ladder with 3 rungs, and you take the middle rung out and the side rung, the side part of the ladder,
Okay.
almost like the number 3. Well, if you don't know what an E is, he doesn't know what a 3 is.
Okay.
And you just have to really make it simple for Mr.
So you're saying Ron
Simple
DeSantis can't read? Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
Kind of does sound like what you're saying.
Well,
I'm not
trying to
arguing
make
with-
things easy.
I'm not arguing with you on that. And I'm not saying he can't read, but he is, again, a terrible person
That's
who has a hard on to the dictatorship we're in. Like, why did I get to be the dictator?
why are you worried? His wife. Why is she worried about your penis, Ron?
Wait, why is who worried about penis?
Jolynn Carpenter. I
Why?
guess it's part of that book, that witchcraft she
Wait.
wrote.
What penis am I worried about? What?
Because you said is something about his dick. And so,
Oh, I said he has a hard-on for
Hard-on.
a dictatorship. Yeah. Okay.
Sean, she knows your dick doesn't get hard anymore.
I don't know.
Only
this
around you, honey, it don't. I'm sure around his aide.
Oh, wait, who's aide? Oh,
Beefcake of an
DeSantis.
aide. I'm sorry, Mr. So-and-so's aide.
Okay. Is he a gay man? Okay. I'm not
I don't
judging
know.
that if he is. Yeah.
I don't know, but I think you know.
Well, the whole
I
again.
think one of DeSantis is at least bi.
Maybe.
I
Well,
think
the
he-
whole he don't protest too much.
I think he's had a
Yeah.
talent instant snapping or two.
Wouldn't
Hey,
judge.
let's go be that, that gay guy. I'm gonna put his dick in my mouth just to fucking show him how stupid and gay he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day of the week, come on, relax.
Yep.
No, I don't know why you got his phone number after, but okay.
Again, he protests too much.
Because they crank cold. So.
Yep. I'm sure.
Hmm.
He protests too much.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Yeah.
And what bothers me the most about that whole thing is he has fucking, I shouldn't say simpletons, but I'm going to say simpletons.
Okay.
Where I think he was a roll of the dice thing to where, and actually Trump had said this about it. He said he doesn't like DeSantis for the same reasons I do.
Yeah. How so?
Not doing anything about insurance for people in the state.
Yeah.
One.
Well, why would Trump care about that? Trump is a con man.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's the same things that I don't like about the guy. He talks about everything else except the important things. Okay? He doesn't, I don't have a state tax in my state.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the next hurricane that comes,
Yeah.
don't ask the feds for any money.
Yeah.
Let's see how that works out. Okay?
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway, and the insurance. My father, one hurricane, they were down there 40 years now, and they built their house new. And this last hurricane did some damage to their roof.
Yeah.
And they had a roof that was supposed to last a lifetime. And they always pay their insurance a year ahead of time.
Yeah.
And
they're on it.
so they got an estimate to redo because it's like this ceramic roof,
Oh, ceramic.
something like that. But
Really? Or porcelain or
something, yeah, it was a higher end roof because
Okay.
they wanted to last 30 years, 40 years. They
Okay.
didn't want to have to deal with it again.
all right.
Um,
I would think porcelain or ceramic would have been delicate.
last forever. It's not like
Really?
it's not like it's like a clay base.
Okay. Well, I'm remembering in Germany when we went, all those terracotta roofs we
Yeah,
saw.
it's like that.
Yeah, because their terracotta and porcelain are quite different.
Oh, right.
Porcelains are very delicate. Terracotta's
I'm
pretty
very
sturdy.
delicate.
I know you are. You are. You're my sunflower.
That's right.
That's you, baby.
That's
That's
right.
you.
But nonetheless, so the insurance adjuster came over, looked at the roof.
Yeah.
All right, get a few estimates and send them in. So my dad did, and they range from like 60,000 to 80,000.
Okay.
So he sent it in. And the guy called him and said, "All right, I'll sign you a check for $3,000." And my dad is like, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know, my sister said something, and I said, "Dad, I know you really don't like lawyers, but you gotta take them to court.
Yeah.
You got to get a lawyer.
Yeah.
You have to.
And why
Because
not like lawyers?
Because you, in this case, you need them.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to deal with a lawyer, then pay. The money's coming out of your pocket.
Yeah.
And I understand if that money's coming out of your pocket, you're not going to win against the insurance company.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You need a lawyer.
Yeah.
And if the lawyer costs you a few $1,000s to,
You mean hiring
Not
somebody who actually knows how to do this,
to not
who you don't like for some reason? Yeah.
the profession you don't like. But nonetheless, so the lady down the street, they're bought my sister's house. I always want to say Erica for some reason.
Oh, I don't know.
It's not. It's Alicia.
Okay. Oh, yes.
She's a very successful, great realtor down there. So
Down in Port
ask
Charlotte.
Alicia. So Alicia, of course, knows a roofer.
Okay.
So he goes over there, tells me, "Father, yeah, loans depending, I got a lot of work etc. If I explain, or actually Alicia in the situation, he goes, you don't have to worry about it. I work with a lawyer all the time. Give me, I think within 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
What happened? The outcome? Insurance company paid for the entire roof.
Yes.
Okay, and paid for my dad's lawyer's fees.
Look at that. But I
So-
thought he hated the profession.
Well, you know what?
This one who's actually really helped you.
Because again, I guess he lived through the part to where they were called ambulance chasers, and everybody was suing everybody for whatever.
But not all
And
are ambulance chasers.
I know,
yeah.
but nonetheless. So that's what I was telling him, to where
Yeah.
if you didn't,
Yeah.
it very little effort. You talk to a lady down the street,
Yeah. Who you know.
and she's come
You
over here
get along
anyway.
with her well anyways.
Okay?
Yeah.
She knew a fucking lawyer,
Yeah.
a roofer that knows a lawyer that works
Yeah.
with them all the time.
Yes.
The roofer's getting paid. You know it's gonna be good because he knows Alicia.
Yeah.
Okay, that is on you because I can't take credit for that.
Yeah.
But I am taking credit for you not saying, well, you know what, I'll write you a check of whatever you need, and then I guess insurance, when I get it from the insurance, they have to come look at it and they'll cut me a check for what
Yeah.
they said they pay me.
Yeah.
You know, Dad, you gotta tell them.
Yeah.
$3,000 in money.
Yeah. Of
It went
course.
from $3,000.
Yeah.
Now I know the lawyer charged a lot more than $3,000.
Yeah.
So for them to fucking have said, no, we're only giving you $3,000 instead of just doing the right thing,
Yeah.
cost them more money.
Yes.
But how many times do you have people that live down there
Yeah.
that are older like that and trust the insurance company to do the right thing?
And why?
And you know what? This insurance company, they wouldn't do that to me.
Well, just thinking too, the whole thing like, well, how can insurance companies make money for
They
this?
wouldn't
Are
be
you
in
serious?
business ripping people off like that. So I guess that's
Then
all that's worth. So I guess I gotta get somebody to do it for $3,000.
Hashtag
Yeah,
gullible.
you're gonna get somebody to do it for $3,000. Absolutely. You're gonna go on your roof for about 4 hours, take some tar,
Yeah.
and that's it. You're not gonna guarantee any of the work.
Yeah. Again,
That tar,
Hashtag gullible.
that tar
Yeah.
that they put in the caulk gun,
Yeah.
costs about $4 or $5. And they have a lot already, but they might even borrow yours to get up there.
Wow.
What's up, Shinola? Bella. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
that's why you need a lawyer.
Yeah.
Not only you don't have to pay him, in that case,
Yeah.
the fucking insurance company was liable.
Well, it's a
And he
sign.
didn't have to go to court.
Yeah.
Can you
Right.
imagine? Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
And I told my
furious.
sister, I said, Suzanne, now that this is done, I was telling Jolynn, if God forbid, Dad had a heart attack and died,
Yeah.
I would have sued that insurance company up the fucking ass.
Yeah.
Because they killed my father. He
Yeah.
was so worried about spending that money.
Yeah.
You fucking killed him.
Yeah.
Because he had a heart attack and died.
Yeah.
So now you're really on the hook. For me,
Yeah.
I won't even be able to be sitting in the fucking courtroom looking at you.
Yeah.
Because then I'll be going to jail.
Well,
I'll
thankfully.
still win, but
Yeah.
I'll need the money to get fucking
Yes. I'm glad that didn't happen.
jail. I know, but point being is,
Thankfully, your dad listened to you to talk to Alicia because he already gets along with Alicia anyways.
I know, but point being,
And she happened to know the right
I
people.
should probably go look at your son is right.
Yeah.
You know, don't, no. You're
Yeah.
not going to charge anything unless you're going to charge the insurance company. And the insurance, they didn't even go to court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine if they went to court?
Probably would have gone up.
The judge would have probably been fucking pissed.
Yeah. Once
Yeah,
again,
right.
all of it's a sign of how much we all need each other.
Well,
Everything really is all about solidarity. We help each other out.
yeah, and you know what? You don't think the judge might have elderly parents?
I would assume so.
Exactly.
Or maybe
And-
the same thing is happening to the judge, and the judge is dealing with this right now.
Normally not a judge because they're in the business, but
Oh, good point.
yeah, the judge's parents probably
Yeah.
went through something like that, or they know someone, maybe a neighbor whose elderly parents had gone through something
Yeah.
like that.
Maybe their in-laws are going through this.
And for them to see it,
Yeah.
trust me, they get more pissed than we do.
Yeah.
So,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
just let the judge decide that. Why do you think they fucking settled and paid his lawyer's fees?
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to go to court.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
It
it wasn't gonna,
right.
nope, it wasn't going to work out well for them.
Oh, they knew.
It's not about being in the right. That's not what it is.
They fucking knew. They had nowhere to go. Except to fucking do what was right.
Yeah.
That's a fucking bit.
Just wow.
Unreal. You know?
Well, unreal, but also unsurprising.
But the only thing I think that I said something is that apparently people like my father don't have people like me or Alicia.
Yeah.
They'll either maybe try to sell their house or they're, hey, well, I'm gonna be alive for a few more years. If it reflects a little bit, no big deal.
Yeah.
It's my estate's good. So that's what I'm able to do.
Yeah.
I could deal with a little water coming in.
Yeah. Yeah. But what if it's not just a little water?
Well, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to rock the boat. Insurance company wouldn't rip me off.
Oh.
You know,
Except they will.
again, but the thing is that chances are you get away with it a lot more often, or else they wouldn't do it.
Exactly. Yes. Oh man.
You see, I seen that article about I condone. I didn't even say that, but nicknamed Yoni Bill, California's proposing.
Yes, and it's all about a bill that stops insurance companies for not covering
Denying you
yeah,
what you need.
or denying your medical care, or
Right.
denying coverage of your medical
And it's
care.
called the Mangione.
Luigi
Bill.
Mangione bill. Mm-hmm.
So
Oh wow.
not only is as they say, a couple Fox News is about to say, a couple liberals up in New York outside the courtroom and outside the jail, with their signs and say, "You're our hero."
Yep, that's about right.
Well, you thought that pissed you off. I got some news for you.
Yeah. Oh man. Just wow. Oh, I'm seeing this. There's a 10,000-year-old woolly mammoth skeleton with all the ligaments intact. That was found in Siberia.
Where else?
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. It's I'm loving that the ligaments are still attached. 10,000 years old. I would think the ligaments and tendons, all of that should have.
But I guess if it's frozen, that's why they were saying how like cryogenics.
Yeah.
That perfect temperature.
Yes.
Will preserve everything, but
nothing's going to disintegrate.
But it will.
At least in theory.
Normally, the companies disintegrate. How much can you charge for?
Yeah.
You know,
keeping somebody alive for how long past their death?
I don't know.
But
a lot of companies have gone under.
Yeah, they have. Which
I
makes sense.
don't know what they do with bodies.
I don't know.
But apparently, in theory, you just need somebody's like finger, or even just a piece of their skin.
Yeah.
Or a drop of their blood.
Yeah.
To
some DNA.
Recreate them.
Yeah.
Down the road.
That makes sense. Yeah. Just wow. But I'm just thinking this is so cool. The carcass was so intact, in fact, that it still has some of its pelt and ligaments attached to it. Their researchers are hopeful they may even find bits of its brain still in its skull. Wow. Like you said, just that little tiny bit. Mm-hmm. Like a drop of blood, a little bit of an organ.
How many thousand years?
10,000 years. 10,000-year-old. We're talking literally at the start of the agricultural revolution. The way things are with agricultural today started about 10,000 years ago, which also was the start of the haves and have-nots.
So it was when like Fred Flintstone, when he would drive to work.
Right? I suppose so. No, I was gonna say I suppose.
I remember right?
No, he had the stone wheels, but then it was a brontosaurus. Oh. His head was poked out at the top.
No, that was
Dino.
That
was watching the movie. Yeah, that was watching the movie.
Dino.
Yeah.
But he worked in a quarry.
Did he have a woolly mammoth? I really don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Well, he worked in a quarry.
Yeah, well, supposedly human beings, Homo sapiens, and Neanderthals were not around during dinosaurs. As far as mammoths, I honestly don't know.
That's not. It's fake news.
Is that right? Is that fake news?
Yeah, because I saw it in person.
You saw
I-
dinosaurs in
I
person.
remember as a kid seeing the cartoons, so nobody could tell me any different.
Oh, baby.
What?
So it's the cartoons that does it.
Oh, don't.
So
Just
you,
because it's a cartoon, I don't go to libraries like you.
I know. Oh,
They're going to be
I know.
obsolete anyway once DeSantis is done.
Oh my God. I was going to say, I don't think it's even going to have to wait for him to be done with them at this point. That's a whole other, again, conversation.
You know what?
What?
I have 2 different libraries.
Okay. Yes.
Right here, anywhere in the world.
Again, fascinating. Literally
That's
all the knowledge in the history of the
I
world
hated
right
going to
here.
fucking school.
Yeah. You've always said that.
I did.
But I always loved going to the
You know what
library.
it is? I hate waking up early.
Oh,
And
okay.
Like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta wash my balls. I gotta fucking.
Oh, what, you were really that concerned as a child
You
about
know,
washing your balls?
Well, it's gotta, you don't want to look like a scumbag. You know, press
Well,
the
like,
leaves and-
well, when you were like 5 or 6,
Of
did you really have to
course.
give?
You know,
Well, of
I
course,
put the
because,
best foot forward as much as I could.
well, because you were a little player.
Look, you know, I would not gonna go as far as saying that, but I might have.
But you were a playboy.
It might have been a little bit of during nap time when you read nap out in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Then I might have strategically laid in certain places that.
Oh yeah. Did you have
I might have
girlfriends when you were in kindergarten?
Might have forgotten my mat and gee, I just tried. Oh, okay, I'll be sure.
Did you have a girlfriend when you were in kindergarten, or lots of girlfriends? I would assume.
I think there's 1 or 2.
Okay. You remember their names?
Well, I think it was Adrian.
Okay.
I remember right. For some reason. I don't know why I remember that name.
That is so funny.
I really don't.
I would assume that she was absolutely adorable. I mean, mind you, she was a kindergartner, and so were you. So I know you do like them young, but when you were in kindergarten, and of course she was in kindergarten, it wasn't same age.
It was, it was convenient because I didn't have any mode of transportation. Of like, I didn't want to venture out to an different school in another, far away. Because I'm not. I got a sports to play. I got sleep to catch up on.
I'm sure your dad would have been proud.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do division?
What, division?
Division?
Oh, division. Well, when you're in kindergarten, you're not doing division yet.
I certainly wasn't.
Oh my
I'm dividing
God.
up my time between a few things, but
Oh
I'm not happy
man.
about any of it.
Including watching
happy
I
about
Dream
any
of
of it.
Jeannie.
Again, not happy with any of it. How that show was on the air was just it reached this kid.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Again, Major Nelson, what the fuck, bro?
Oh man, well, she wasn't his type. I know.
I'm not gonna, but I'm not. You know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna address that. How dare you fucking?
Yeah, you know what? He would have been so much fun, I'm sure, to go out shopping with her. That's it. But she could have hooked up with the
He was
neighbor.
an astronaut.
Well, yeah, but he was a gay man, wasn't
He
he?
was not a gay man.
I
think he was.
Okay.
Not to be hitting that. I would have fucking quit NASA.
Yeah.
I had
Just
taken
have
that bottle. You would have never seen me again, ever.
The two of you would have gone back into the
I
bottle.
would have wrote a list. Okay, people I have to,
You have to what?
make good on.
Oh, okay.
Whoever
Like,
fucking
how
told me
so?
I'd never make it.
Oh, okay.
I sit down. I really have a list. I'll check it twice.
Oh my
And,
God.
I would. No,
Were you gonna find out who's naughty and nice?
Oh no, I would know who was naughty and nice, but
Oh
could I
my
forgive
God.
that? And was it really, the success is the best revenge.
But
So what I would do is, instead of getting revenge of like, okay,
yeah.
push off a cliff, probably maybe knock on the door,
Oh my God.
okay, and I'd be like, maybe on a magic carpet or some shit
Okay.
with Jeannie, and her slutty sister with the brown hair.
Okay.
On
Yeah.
the other side of me, they both be jerking me off, and I'd be like, "Hey, you remember me? Yeah." And they both would be like, "Yeah, I did
Oh
that
my God.
improv it, but you get the point."
That is just
That's
too
living.
funny.
That's living well. It's the best revenge.
Well, I'm just thinking though too. It's like they would have
Sorry.
both jerked you off. They wouldn't have sucked you off. You wouldn't have had sex with them. You wouldn't.
Look, I'm at the guy's door and I'm trying to say, look at me and look at your shitty
Look at
little
me.
hovel you're in.
Look at me. Look
Look,
at me.
the fucking dog is barking, but my lady's here.
Of course.
You know, made the dog, you know, do one of these. They just did their little thing, put like freeze the dog, and those bratty kids of yours.
Yeah.
You have to deal with. I don't.
No, not at
You know
all. That's
You
true.
know what their job after thousands of years is?
Yeah, what's that?
To make me happy.
Okay.
Okay?
That is so funny.
Yeah. That's, my life sucks.
Oh,
So,
I know. So
know
you
what?
just would do it just to rub it in his face? Of course.
What would be the better thing? Push him off a cliff? No, that's giving him a sweet sigh of, oh, it's over, thank God. Doesn't have to deal with bratty kids no more.
Okay.
Heifer wife, none of it.
Oh, his wife
He
was a
could not
heifer?
embrace the sweet, as he's falling, you know, faster and faster and faster, to the inevitable death that he's going to face.
Yeah.
He's getting happier and happier.
Okay.
Because he's just seeing these things.
Well,
This is like, I should have done this a long time ago.
I'm just wondering though.
I wish I could stop time and say, thanks, Tim.
He was.
I
just wondering. He was married to a cow.
A heifer.
A heifer is a cow.
Yeah, well, you know what? He
married
these.
a cow.
He didn't marry what I got.
Oh, I thought you didn't marry them. I thought you just fooled around with them.
Look, no, they're there for the rest of eternity
Yes.
to help me out, whatever I want at any given time. What I want.
But you're stuck in the bottle.
I'm stuck in a bottle.
Okay, I thought you said
all the freedom we want.
Okay.
He's hiding there like a fucking, I don't know what. No, dude. You don't run around, throw their powers around. But you let people know, hey, you're fucking.
You're hitting this.
And her sister.
Oh my God.
And they don't look at anybody else but you. You're hung the fucking moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? And no, if they had other sisters, they'd be wanting to service me too. I'm lucky I have two.
Okay.
And you know what? Any health issues I've had, would have,
yeah,
by letting them bed me down 24/7,
yeah,
they'll fix. They'll
yeah.
do whatever
yeah, I was gonna say,
the fuck
I
they
would
did.
assume they would help you live forever if that's what you wanted.
Well, if they get looking like that. And I would definitely pay Roger to make
the neighbor, right?
The cool neighbor.
Yeah.
The one who tell him, like, dude, what are you fucking doing?
Why are you not sleeping with this?
Yeah.
Or rather, not sleeping with this.
Yeah, who's she? He was worse than Quagmire.
Yeah.
The family guy.
Giggity.
He would come over, not to see him at all. He's, where's Gene? Like, I remember him being like, what I would be like, oh man, I think I would be worse. I would want to find Major Nelson's fucking early demise.
Oh my God.
I'd be like, yo, man, I need to fucking have him work on my car. And then, like, I'll be right back. Start the car up.
Yeah.
So,
well, then,
gee, I don't know what happened. I guess he.
But then I'm wondering, since he was dead and he's the one who pulled her out, would that mean she'd have to go back in the bottle, or would she get to go with you?
Me? Because.
But she knew the neighbor for longer.
Look, that's all she knew was Major Nelson.
Yeah.
And a neighbor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gone.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Warn him.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. She knew the neighbor longer, so.
Major Healy.
Well, she knew the neighbor longer than she knew you. That's what I'm saying.
But.
Or unless are you going to kill him too? Are you going to arrange for his demise?
No, I'm not going to arrange for that. Okay? He'll fuck it up. Because he'll be in a throw of passion one night.
Yeah. With her.
And let it word out that, oh yeah, I'm so glad I let the key car running and
so you're gonna have him.
Oh, I'm not gonna have
kill
him.
Major Nelson.
That's how we got Jeannie in the first place. I was still a child when this happened. If it were a fair playing field, and I was 18, and even though those laws don't apply to Jeannie, she's on whatever kind of time, she would have taken me to, she would have waited and she would have done the right thing, but she would have, made sure I did my homework.
It's that twinkle in your eye. You have this air of like, you're a good lay, aren't you?
I would have told.
And you are.
Look, I don't know what this is. I know it's gonna feel really good when I do it. And if he doesn't want, apparently he's not doing it. Maybe he did it. Maybe I can't understand why he wouldn't like it, because it's never happened to me. But I have a really good feeling that this is going to be free, because I want to do it now, and I'm fucking 5. And I don't know what that means.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
I'll
You
give
were-
you a bitch of death, you know.
You were fired
Really?
up, jerking off. Yeah, jerking off today, thinking of Jeannie
No,
when you were 5.
I think it was so small, I probably couldn't even do that. But just saying.
Oh my God. Oh, that is too much.
I was, it's the whole like Wayne Gretzky said, you gotta see the going in it before you get shot.
Yeah.
That was my motto. Sexually, what I like.
Yeah.
Okay, if I happen upon a genie in a bottle,
Yeah.
proverbial,
Yeah.
okay, maybe not, but genie in a bottle, maybe a diamond in the rough, call it what you want.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe she's in a community of all hot chicks. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want a harem?
Look, I'm just saying. I don't know, but what I do know is that you don't treat them like that.
Well, don't give them attention like that. Yeah.
Well, look, she's not your sister, bro.
No.
And you're putting her away. You're being very selfish. You should let her go blossom and see the world. She's been stuck in that fucking bottle.
Yeah.
Now you have them like hidden under your bed or some shit.
Oh.
Wherever you fuck,
Well,
the
that's
bottle
unfair.
was. And I
That's
don't know,
unfair.
but it was like on his mantle and shit. Dude, someone could steal that bottle.
They could. It's true.
I would have fucking armed guards in my house. If I had to go to work at NASA.
But by the sounds of it too, you wouldn't have needed to have armed guards because you would have been going off with her and her sister, wherever.
Yeah, I would be leaving the house.
You would never leave the house again except to rub it in the face of the people who treated you poorly.
Right.
Just to say, look at me, look at me.
Look at me. Hey, you want to do some of this? Of course I would. Tough luck.
Bye.
We didn't say that again. Ladies, boom.
Oh, what's it called?
Yeah, we would have it rehearsed.
Oh my
Night and day.
God.
2-3 days straight.
Oh
And
wow.
everyone would be different.
Okay, every day would be different. Excuse me. Every
And
day
they'd
would
say
be
like, hey, why don't we get them all in one place, just do it all at once? Oh no. Then what do we do the rest of the year?
Well, you would get to have sex with them the rest of the year.
24/7, really. I need.
Well, I'm sure that they would have given you the ability to keep going all day, every day if you wanted.
Look, then it just.
I'm not suggesting this. I'm just saying because
Look,
if you
at
have
some
these
point-
genies, you can
at
do
some
whatever
point-
you want.
Like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
At some point, he probably got just tired of knocking people out.
Okay.
Of, like getting in the ring, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Of course, that time when he got busted up, it was like, oh yeah, this shit sucks.
Uh-huh.
More than a minute, shit. But at some point, he probably got bored. Like, fuck, man, this shit's boring. I know it's cool to do, but
Yeah.
it's getting boring.
Yeah. Same thing over and over and
You
over.
gotta get laid all the time. Come on, ladies. I know it can, but I used to have a long time with it. Believe it or not, I don't know why, but apparently I do.
Oh man.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I need to see a shrink. I don't know.
Poor baby. Poor baby. Too much doting upon by beautiful women. Must have been so
What was
exhausting.
I don't know what the sister's name was.
Oh, I have no idea.
For some reason, I remember it was a fat guy. I remember he was a comedian.
Yeah.
He was a gypsy, I think.
Okay.
Hey, crazy lady, what's up?
Crazy
Maybe
lady, good to
knows.
see you. Yes.
Maybe she knows. And I Dream of Jeannie, the sister's name, the hot sister, the slutty one with the black hair, was basically Barbara Eden in black hair.
Let's see.
From
yeah.
the Moses Lake for supplies. Nice.
Let's see.
But no, I figured you might have known off the top of your head.
Jeannie and her sister, also named Jeannie 2. Jeannie and Jeannie 2.
Jeannie 2 is in TWO or just?
As in II. Like Roman numeral 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's lazy. That's just really lazy.
It was still Barbara Eden, though.
Yeah, with Barbara Eden just wearing a different costume.
Well,
And
you
different
know
hair. Mm-hmm.
This is real life, and this is probably worse. This is such a fucking. I'm going to say it, and I still don't believe it. In real life, Barbara Eden, how She's hot, right?
Beautiful.
You know who she dated?
Who?
Larry King.
Yeah, it's
He's
funny
a
how that
fucking
works.
goblin.
It's funny how that works.
He's a fucking
Yeah.
goblin. And he dated her like for a long time.
Okay.
And I don't know if I think he might have broke up with her or some shit.
Wow.
I don't know, but like something really like I read. I like I can't read this. This can't be right.
Oh
This cannot
man.
be right. I want to read the
Yeah.
news now.
You want to read the news?
No,
You want to read about it, or
I want to read the news. No, at that time, when
you didn't
get
want to
care
read
like
about
that.
this?
Damn,
Yeah. Yeah, she's beautiful.
that fucking. Is she still around?
Actually, I thought he was still around. Let me see.
Commercials for a while.
Let me see.
He's a good sense of about himself.
Yeah, it's true.
Remember one time Trump was on? I wanted to ask.
All right, and Crazy Lady said the farmers are planting potatoes. All right.
I wanted to ask Crazy Lady because I know she voted for Trump. I remember when Trump was on Larry King. Larry King was Donald Trump. Blah, 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 blah. One of the first things Trump said to him was, Larry, I don't know if anyone's told you. I know you have assistants, and I'm paraphrasing. But he goes, Larry, I got to tell you, I know you have assistants and everything, but nobody's ever told you, but your breath stinks. And I'm really having a hard time sitting here because your breath is just wretched. You don't have any assistants to help you out with that? And basically, he was really quick on his feet and said, well, now I know why you're a good businessman because you really threw me off with that. So if you come into, somebody like you really throw him off. And he goes, no, I'm being serious. He was just like brutal. But again, maybe you should have told that off there, but like he was.
Well, he was a bully, so.
No, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, I would be pissed. Like, I have assistants, so you're not telling me. It smells like ass.
Just wow.
I'm gonna find a clip of that.
And let me see. Barbara Eden instantly knew she had chemistry
Stop
with
it.
Larry. Larry Hagman. That's different.
Larry.
Well, is Larry King and Larry Hagman, are they the same?
No, different.
They're
Larry Hagman was the major. No, he made you
okay.
One of the founder on the fucking beach.
All right.
Larry King.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up. Barbara Eden and Larry King.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. It keeps bringing up Larry Hagman instead.
Larry King.
Oh, she was years old when she played Jeannie.
Damn.
Good for her.
Larry King dating history. Dun, dun, dun. He was married 8 times to 7 different women.
Yeah.
Fred Miller, and ending up with Sean Southwick. But he just going. Oh, he's dead. Oh wait, is he dead?
All right. Yeah, he died in 2021.
Oh.
Cedars-Sinai Medical Facility. Let me see. He died of.
Oh.
I'm looking to see. Just a moment. He was 87 years old.
I wonder how many kids he had.
I don't know. Let me see. A second. Okay, he had. Yeah, it just said he was 87 years old. Didn't say what he died of. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had 7 wives and 5 children. Okay.
How did he die?
Didn't say. Just that he was 87 years old. Which 87 at this point in time, you don't just die at 87 years old anymore. Oh, health problems and death. Let's see. In 1987, he suffered a major heart attack and underwent a successful emergency quintuple bypass surgery. What? Wow. Following this, he wrote 2 books about living with heart disease. Mr. King, you're having a heart attack. How a Heart Attack and Bypass Surgery Changed My Life, which was written with New York Newsday science editor B.D. Cohen and taking on heart disease. Famous personalities recall how they triumphed over the nation's #1 killer and how you can too. Which features which features experience of various celebrities with cardiovascular disease, including Peggy Fleming and Regis Philbin. I didn't know Regis Philbin had cardiovascular disease. King quit smoking after he had the heart attack, having smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day until then. You said he smoked a lot. Wow.
Well, I remember because he had that smoker's voice.
Yeah, it's the growl. Yeah.
Barbara Eden dated Elvis Presley.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know
What
that.
surprised her was how much of a decent guy he was, and just a regular guy.
Huh.
Because again, he was fucking, he was big.
Yeah, he was major.
Oh, it's just he fucking moved.
Oof.
And Sullivan refused to book him.
Really?
Show.
How come?
Because of the hips.
Oh, were they too suggestive? Was that it?
Yes.
Oh, it's so silly. We're so, I'm clutching my pearls. God forbid. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm looking at this. Yeah, Larry King related his heart attack experience in an interview in a 2014 British documentary film, The Widowmaker, which advocates for coronary calcium scanning to motivate preventative cardiology and highlights the financial conflicts of interest in the use of coronary stents. That's something.
Remember we went to the guy that sold it.
Yes.
To for $1 billion for we went to his house down in Ohio.
Yeah. Just wow.
We didn't invent it. He was a lawyer. His client invented it, and he was going through divorce and ran out of money. So the lawyer bought from him and stopped practicing law and sold it for $1 billion. Whoever bought it, trust me, they could spend the money back.
Just wow, yeah, I would say so. All right, let's see. On April 23rd, 2019, King underwent a scheduled angioplasty and also had stents inserted.
He's a nice guy too.
Yeah.
Remember? He was married to that Russian lady. She came from Russia. They met.
Yeah,
online.
I do remember that.
They met online.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Now I wonder which wife she was of his.
First.
She was his first?
No, I'm sorry. I paused. Second wife. And his sons that came to see him.
Yeah.
And they were almost 30.
Okay.
One of the 2 sons.
I honestly don't remember.
But anyway, decent guys. And they said that their mom, because the stent, the dad took all their money that they had saved. Yeah. And bought patent for that stent.
Okay.
To get it, to own it.
Okay.
Because that guy was running out of money and
okay.
He was selling it anyway, and he knew that this was going to hit.
Yeah.
So he took all their money and like second, third mortgage their house to buy this, and she divorced him.
Yeah.
And then
you don't just take the money.
Well, the sons were kind of giggling. And well, I guess my mom really didn't know what he had.
Oh.
Like, he was shitting.
Yeah, no kidding.
But he really did seem like a nice, humble guy.
Okay. It seems like a dickish thing to do to take your kid's money.
No, it was the kid's money. It was his money.
Oh,
no,
it was his money.
Him and his wife's money.
Okay.
I say if we had, all our money saved, we're both working, we're putting it in the bank. And I'd say, hey, you know what I did today? Yeah. Remember I told you that one client of mine, he has that heart, for stents. And they can make blood, it's like, make sure. You know what a stent is. I don't know if you want to explain to people what a stent is.
Well, stent, it's like for heart disease, or not heart, can be heart disease, but for heart surgery, surgeons can open up the chest and put in, it's a, like if you have a blockage in the heart, the surgeon can put in a stent to open up the artery.
Think of it this way. If anybody knows any kind of thing about mechanics or plumbing, if you have a 1/4 inch inner diameter tube running through your body, which is your blood vessels. Yeah. You cut it in half because there's a blockage there. Yeah. See, a clog like in a toilet or in plumbing. And the clog is, say, a 1/4 inch long. Well, chances are the clog being that long and it's probably corroded, excuse me, the blood vessels.
Yeah.
So they're gone. You
They
have to
start to
take
die.
that off.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to take 2 blood vessels, reattach them. Well, you can't put stitches in there. But what you can do is, again, the blood vessels are say 1/4 inch inner diameter.
Okay.
The stent is an 1/8 inch diameter. You stick in the 1/8 inch into the 1/4 inch on either side,
Yeah.
and as soon as you put them in, that 1/8 inch expands, boom, tightens it up, and then puts it together.
Makes sense. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Because
So it doesn't how it's made. That was the thing. The body didn't reject it.
Yeah, which is incredible.
That's what he said from talking to him. He goes, that's why, because there was other things kind of close to being like that, but they were all being rejected by the body. So the host would always, and the host would be most of the animals would die because the body would just reject it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was being made from like
Whatever.
I don't even know what they're made of. Probably titanium of some sort or something.
I would assume.
Maybe some plastic, but basically the body doesn't reject it.
Yeah, which is
But this guy,
amazing.
this fucking scientist or wherever he was, the client, knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't working for anybody, and he had it, and he ran out of money, so he was kind of, done with it. And the lawyer gave him a shitload of money to walk away from it, and give him all the fucking rights way to it, and gave him a good deal.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to worry about it no more, and
Yeah.
now it was all really the lawyer to fucking sell it.
Yeah, and the lawyer sold
And
it.
if somebody came along and sold something like that before, the lawyer was sitting there with fucking.
What a spectacular invention. Because and it makes sense. It still does, present tense, but it even makes sense too. If you, of course, you can find ways to try to go in and spread and stretch the arteries more to let the clot come through.
Oh, thanks for liking Crazy Lady.
Yeah, thanks, Crazy Lady. If you try to stretch the arteries more to let the clot move through more, then the clot's going to end up going and blocking even more and going to stop the heart completely.
And normally, yesterday, we're worried about my father because normally those clots wind up in your brain.
Yeah.
Because after, I guess, but he had his stroke, and they have a pill now for it because they give you the pill.
Yeah.
That basically is like
it's a blood thinner.
Kind of like a Roto-Rooter.
Yeah.
Like a liquid plumber.
Yeah.
That goes through your body and just any clog you might have, just get shit broken up. It might get you sick for a little bit, but it doesn't block the blood going through your brain, so it doesn't leave you.
Important,
It doesn't leave you with Dane bandage.
Yeah, there you go. Like I know my dad had a blood clot and it was like that close to hitting his heart. It would have killed him.
But yeah.
Literally it hit his lungs.
But I know, and that's what my sister was saying, how that hospital is still being in Florida and all. It was still it's not a new drug because it's Medicaid or Medicare paid for it.
Yeah.
It was, I guess it's expensive, but they had the
all
hospital.
medication.
The hospital has it on hand.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they give you like tetanus. It's all right. Yeah. They give you tetanus shot. You can't have too much of it. But that, if they give you that, they know that clot is not going to wind up clotting your brain up, and you have an aneurysm. Now you have your heart's fine, but your brain dead.
Yeah.
Because it's like a bomb off.
Because when it comes down to it, you're taking this medication. It's that clot's not going anywhere because there is no clot. The clot has ceased to be.
Right.
It is no more.
It blew up, but it's still in your veins, but it's a little bit everywhere. It's not blood. It's not this fucking.
It's blood. That's
it's not this fucking turd. It's just going through your poison now.
Exactly.
It's an exploded turd. In a billion pieces.
Tiny, tiny little microscopic chunks.
Right.
That's basically
blood. And they just stop in your brain and then blow up your fucking blood vessels, and now your brain is just full of blood. And your brain
you're not brain dead.
Suffocating.
Yeah, not brain dead.
Not getting oxygen. But,
and also didn't stop your heart.
The only thing that freaked me about when we went down to his house in Long Island was how and it was right. It was end of a dead end street. It was a beautiful place. And it was, again, anybody that goes to Long Island, Long Island's beautiful like that. He had a nice property.
Yeah.
It was basically, he had a boat, which you could take that boat in the inlet there and just sail out into the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
But
because literally Long Island is on the ocean. Yeah.
But how like we came into his front door, walked through his house, his beautiful house. Then, not as much as you think. It's probably maybe 2,500 square feet.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly don't remember.
About 2,500
Yeah.
square feet, yeah. But I just, I liked it because it had nice hardwood floors. Like it wasn't glazed over or fucking stupid. They made some nice choices,
The actual.
construction-wise. Crazy Lady's husband would have liked it too.
Okay.
He would have remembered it. But when you walk out to the deck,
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed with the deck. It was like a regular fucking Joe Blow's deck.
Okay.
I should have been Trek decking. No, like, gee, if I had that kind of money, I'd be like.
Yeah, you would have made a better deck.
No, I had somebody make it for me. Shit. No, but
you have that kind of money, yes.
Yeah, why am I going to do it? Like, someday families to feed too.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And I say, Blake, I'm going to bleed you for more money. I don't think so. By taking work away from you.
Oh,
But nonetheless,
man.
how you sitting out there, a beautiful day, and had very little bit of land in the back, like grass.
Yeah.
And then it went down maybe 2 feet in the water. Like if you walked out
that. Yeah, I do remember that now.
But
yeah.
I don't remember where you could actually. I don't remember. You could go, I guess, around in the driveway. I remember it was a stone driveway. And
vaguely.
We went in through the garage and the front door. But if we went around to the right, because you couldn't go and do left, there was a fence there. But if you went around to the right, I think we probably could have gotten to that little, maybe 10 feet from the deck to the bay that was right there.
Or the ocean, yeah.
But it was only like 10 feet, 15 feet piece of land, right?
Okay.
There was grass.
Yeah.
It was grass. It wasn't.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't turf. It wasn't.
But yeah, if you walked up, like my parents' house, there's a seawall. There's like maybe 6 feet.
Yeah.
When you hit the water.
Yeah.
This thing
right
was
there.
like fucking 2 feet tops. You were in the water. If I sat in the grass and held my feet over, I'd be up to my fucking knees.
Yeah.
Like it was
literally your legs in the ocean.
Or the bay. But like either way, I'm like, fuck, I wouldn't want to be this close to sea level.
Yeah, that makes sense. It just, I mean, it's of course not
I
terribly
guess they're
safe.
used to it, but.
Oh man. Well, I mean, if you really, really love being that close to the ocean, there it is. Oh man.
But I remember these sons were pretty cool.
I
remember asking them because I washed my hands in the one bathroom in the front. The bathroom just before we left with Sharon, and that would have just leave a good impression, right? And we bathroom fucking jerk off, right?
Leave it like a
water
jerk
all
off.
over my head to go fucking
yes.
I want to leave it nicer than I fucking came in there, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure he fucking had the house clean as his wife did, right?
Yeah, I would think
I didn't
so.
want to get fucking water everywhere. So the water did turn on.
Yeah.
It came out so quick. If the water did kind of like go everywhere.
Oh no!
So I wiped it up, right?
Yeah.
And the water kept, you hit the water thing to go up.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't go down. I couldn't turn it down. So I'm like, it's just fucking broke. Don't tell me about this fucking thing. So I'm waiting. I'm cleaning up around it because it's not splatting the shenanigans thing.
Good.
It's only when it hit my hand, and that's
then it splattered everywhere.
Right. So, motherfucker, man. So I'm literally sitting on the toilet waiting for this thing to shut off.
Yeah.
I was done. I was just sitting there. I was.
And it just was still going.
Kept running the water. Oh Christ! How do I tell this guy? Maybe I can get somebody to go into the bathroom and I can just say, "What you doing?" Like they did it.
Oh, you were looking for somebody.
I was looking for a scapegoat. So now that I exhausted all the options of my life, it can't be Jolynn. It can't be Sharon. She's brought us here.
I mean, it could have been me.
But
so I'm glad. No.
You everybody pretty much likes that I came with. And people here are gonna know I'm full of shit. So I can't say, well, I'm an actor, but I can't really say that's why I fucked your house up. Or you got the money, don't worry. I can't.
No.
So I just have to fess up. So I go literally walking out. The sons were walking towards the front. I get ready to leave too. I'm like, hey guys, this son said a stupid question. They both looked at each other like, all right, what? I think they were going back to California. And I said, how do you shut that sink off in here? They're like, we don't know. It always usually just shuts off by itself. They look at each other like, who's this fucking idiot? Doesn't know that it shuts off by itself. I was always saying, well, she's been running for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you're wasting water, motherfuckers. But again,
Yeah.
if you're so close to the water,
Yeah.
you know, I
What
guess you don't
difference,
worry
right?
about it. Or when you got it like that, like $1
Yeah.
billion,
Oh,
you know, and again, if you want to explain it to everybody, I've explained it 1,000,000 times.
they got
The
the
difference
money.
between $1 million and $1 billion
Yeah.
is
Well,
in
I remember-
layman's terms.
Yeah, I remember I actually heard a different description of
Okay.
it than you told me. Here, just a minute. Let me see. It's even more extreme. Just a second. A 1 million and 1 billion. All right, the difference between 1 million and 1 billion is, let me see. Oh, come on. All right. In terms of time, 1 million, a million versus a billion. A million seconds is about 11.5 days. A billion seconds is about 31.5 years. So that's quite a bit different. Let me see. Not just in terms of time. Let me see. There's that one. I remember you told me one, but it's actually not totally accurate. There's another one that I heard put differently.
What I said was, if the day you're born, I give you $1 million, but you have to spend $1,000 a day. You'll be through that $1 million in 3.5 years, roughly.
Yeah.
I'm going to redo this. Now, the day you're born, I give you $1 billion, but you still have to spend that $1,000 a day. It will take you 31 or 32 lifetimes to go through that. That's the difference between 1 million and 1 billion.
All right. Let me see.
That's the one I can wrap my mind around better. Trillion, I can't even.
Okay. Here we go. If you had $1 million and spent $1,000 a day, you would run out in about 3 years. If you had $1 billion and spent $1,000 a day, you would run out in about 2,740 years.
So 2,000. What is that? 2,000.
2,740 years.
2,000. 2,740
Yes.
divided by, say, 100 years. 27 and a half
Pretty
lifetimes.
close. Pretty close.
If you did 200 each.
Yeah.
time.
So about the same as what you'd said. Yeah.
So say 30 to make it even.
Yeah.
But I could for some reason, I wrap my mind around that better. It makes more sense to me. But when you're talking now, you're talking a trillion.
A trillion. I don't know.
can't
That
even,
to me.
If you try to explain it to me, I won't understand it.
Yeah, because it's there's no
billion. I can definitely 1 million, and then 1 billion. So when I hear people like, "Oh yeah, he's worth 800 million," I'm like, "Oh, he'll get there. Chin up, buddy. He'll get there."
Wow.
You know, when I hear that, like Warren Buffett, that old fuck,
Oh,
has like 65 billion.
okay.
And what did he do for it?
He invested.
He didn't invest. He invested other people's money.
Yeah.
And he took a share of it.
Yeah.
That's what he gets paid for.
Oh, yeah.
But nonetheless, again, don't badmouth Bitcoin, you doddering old fool.
Oh, baby.
I'm giving 5 cents for all of Bitcoin. I wouldn't do that.
Huh.
Dude,
Oh,
then you
man.
definitely know what the fuck you're doing.
Oh, just
Don't get me
wow.
going, Jalen. It's too
What?
late. It's too late to get me going like that.
I know, baby. I know. Let me see. Okay. How tall is $1 billion in $100 bills? A stack of $1 billion $100 bills would be approximately 67.9 miles high. What?
Jeez, man.
That is craziness. That is absolute craziness.
That's up to because I used to work for a company doing their computer work, and I had most of the Atlantic City casinos. Every Friday I'd go do their backups and everything.
Okay.
All the Trump casinos I had. And I remember it was Trump Arena, which was the nicest one. Remember I said you go down, that was to the left, it was right by the bay, it was beautiful.
All right.
And the rest of the casinos were kind of like ghetto fabulous. But
Huh.
that one was really nice. And Trump had a thing to where there was a see-through box. And inside that box was literally $1 million full of $1 bills.
Wow.
And-
Why?
And I think I had to go to like the 5th floor or 6th floor. I could get a really good bird's eye view of it.
Okay.
Because the data center is kind of like where it was more than like you could see if you actually walk up to it, because they had it roped off. You can't get too close to it.
Okay.
And from the rooms, you had a good view, but not a view of like where I could see it from.
Okay.
Just not me, but just that one entrance where the back operations would be. You know, the computer room and the regular office.
So it's a box full of money just for back operations to look at?
To have people come in and say, wow, that's what $1 million in single dollars looks like. And I think the promotion was, if you won this, whatever, it was like a lottery,
Okay.
that you had a chance to go into that box and grab as much money as you can carry out
Oh,
Your
it's that
person-
game.
within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that game has been done for
What did you say?
how many centuries? Yeah.
But, hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It-
Mhm.
But when I saw it,
Yeah.
what $1 million in singles looks like, man, it really doesn't look like a lot of money.
Okay.
Like I figured it'd be like chest high. No, it's like it really looked like $1 million.
Hmm.
I forgot what movie we were watching. The same thing.
Okay.
We had some. Like I wanted to have $1 million by tomorrow afternoon. The guy actually showed up with like 3 stacks of like fucking here's the $500,000. That's what $500,000 looks like. That's what you asked for. $100 bills, right? On the county goes. That's going to be more than nice. Yes. What do you want for you guys?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Yeah.
What did you carry? It's very light.
Yeah.
That's what you asked for.
Oh.
And he goes, I just thought you have it in a suitcase or something. Like it was funny because it's like, yeah, it doesn't.
Disappointing.
Nickels, you know.
Just disappointing. Yeah, if you go for a smaller bill, it would have been. Yeah, exactly.
A couple
Even
more
more.
bundles, but how much it really is
Yeah.
not. It's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but
Well, either way, that's an old game. The whole thing, you reach into a box and you grab as much as you can, or usually what it is, you go into it's like a tent and they blow the money around and you grab it. That's the old game. So it's like yeah, I mean, it was nothing new, but still, it's funny that it just was. It looked unimpressive. You were not. You were.
look, I'm just saying. Look, I get if I would have quote unquote been a casino person and it was free to like enter and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't charge for that. It's people aren't going to go to the casino to spend $5 for the chance to go there. But if you're going to go gamble,
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to go. You
Yeah.
get signed up for free. You don't have. There's no purchase required. They want you in as soon as you walk through that front door.
Yeah.
They know they got you.
Yeah.
Chances are you're going to spend at least $5.
But sticking your hand into this box was free.
No,
Okay.
the chance, like when they hear if Benjamin Moore Paint is giving away the chance at a luxury vacation,
Yeah.
it's no purchase necessary.
Yeah.
It never is.
Yeah.
It's against the law.
Yeah. No, that I
Okay,
understand.
you can't enter more than once. So it's the same thing.
Okay.
You can't charge for that because no one would go to Atlantic City to spend $20 on a chance to do something like that. It's
Because
a gimmick to where, hey, let's go. We'll go to the casino. And now they got the state we're going to go see what $1 million looks like. We're driving there a half hour. Let's go eat there. It works for free anyway. Now, what you want to do? Well, let's go to the casino. If they get you in that front
Yeah.
door,
They said they
for
have you.
whatever reason, they got you and you're going to spend money.
All right.
They don't
Okay.
have to fucking let you buy anything.
Yeah.
You're
already
already
gonna-
sold.
You're already going to spend the money anyways.
Mhm.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
parked
what
the
you're
car.
saying.
Get out of the car.
Yeah.
Car's not running. You didn't stay at the front and say, "How you go and get light up the shit for us, right?" Nope. You parked the car. You tipped it. You gave the keys to whoever to park it. Now you can't leave.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's No, I didn't know that it was done before like that.
Oh yeah, that's a very old game. Yeah. Very, very old game.
Yeah.
But I mean, when it comes down to it, pretty much all games are very old games. They might have some little modifications here and there, but there's this whole nothing is new. But you find little ways to tweak things. You
Mhm.
find little ways to, all right, what's a certain, well, like you said, a gimmick, but what's a certain little something, maybe slightly different? Maybe can you take a couple of things and put them together? But yeah, it's just, that's the way games work.
It's, Barbie, if she's so fucking popular, why do you gotta buy friends for her? She's so popular.
Yeah, well, because she's plastic. She is plastic.
Look, I'm not saying it doesn't. If she's so popular, okay?
Well, I mean,
You have to buy her friends.
I know.
The first week breaking her door down, you'd be like, hey, you know what? I don't know.
Oh man.
I'm the first thing I can handle. My cell phone's melting.
But then I could counter that with, well, G.I. Joe. He's a good soldier, right? He's
action figures. He's not a doll.
Well, just again, Barbie is a doll.
It's a doll.
Yeah.
You don't want to go that far. She's cute, but no, it's a doll.
You weren't feeling Barbie. You weren't feeling Barbie so much.
Put her clothes on. She has a good body. It's not really a personality.
Oh man. Well, it all depends.
Again, she's very high maintenance to me. Like it was.
Well, at least as I remember, Barbie had her shit together. She wasn't high maintenance. She handled her own shit. She's the one who had the big mansion. She's the one who had the vehicle. She didn't have to have Ken take care of her. She didn't have to have any of that stuff.
Now, if I may,
let's hear it.
I really don't know whether to leave you with that fantasy, or am I the one that's gonna have to really stick a pin and burst that bubble?
Of course.
Do I hear it?
Other than she's plastic.
Mm-mm.
Carry on.
Other than the truth.
Yeah. Tell me the truth.
Just answer these questions, and I'm just not gonna say anything else. How old were you when you had this Barbie?
Oh, I was probably like 7 or 8, maybe 6,
And she
7,
had her
8.
shit together. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Did you say?
Well, because she had a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
She had her car.
First of all, that's how you measure success.
Well, when I was like 6, 7.
Okay, that's all. You don't have to answer it.
Wow. Wow.
I'm not judging you. I'm just asking you.
I was a child.
Honey, look. So you were conditioned.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just asking, honey.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, since she had her shit together.
Yeah.
Did she own the house outright, or was there a mortgage on it?
Oh, I have no idea. I was a child. I have no idea.
So who bought the house for her?
From what I understand, she got it for herself.
Really?
Yeah.
So you went to the store, bought a Barbie, and the house followed? If I'm following this right?
I'm sure.
How did this happen?
I'm sure.
How did Barbie drop into your lap?
Barbie dropped into my lap because my parents bought her for me.
Oh, because your father.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
So was she had her shit together, or did she have a sugar daddy that she never told you about?
Are you saying that my dad
That's not what I'm saying.
You're saying my dad was sleeping with Barbie?
I'm not
That's
saying
what
that.
you're saying.
You're saying she had her shit together, and she was an independent woman, and she had a mansion. So, and I'm saying I want to know a little bit more of those details. I think I found my answer, so that's what I want to say.
I'm
sure. I don't want to say anything.
I'm sure.
I really want you to have this.
And on that note, I need to use the restroom.
All right, guys. We're out.
Thanks for joining us.
Sorry. Thanks for humoring me. All right, there you guys.